What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the show, man. Recap with Mo. Well, we're getting ready to get into a little bit of discussion of Tyler Perry's Sistas, alright? But before we get into this thing, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss shit in it that's going down, alright? So for this week's episode, Season 6, episode number 19, titled Dear Karma, we're going to talk a little bit about Andi, because the synopsis states that Andi dwells on her past with Gary. Now, my question to you all who have been following this series from the very beginning, and we all remember when Andi and Gary got together and he was in another situation, and he was in a marriage and all of this stuff, just some crazy, all right? And now we're looking at Andi, and I was giving her props last week, a little bit, because she was standing her ground. She didn't want to hurt Penelope's feelings, and she took her feelings into account because she is pregnant with Gary's child, supposedly, right? So this is my thing. Andi has no reason to really be upset at Gary, because Andi, you got into this situationship with Gary knowing that at that point in time that he was married to another woman. So I really don't see any way in my mind that Andi should really feel some type of way about it. Yes, she's upset. Yes, she felt like at some point she was the only one that Gary was pretty much putting money on the line for. But she just found out that Andi, you're not the only one. And Gary has another woman who actually is a little bit further along than you. She, no pun intended, but she's pregnant. She has a condo or an apartment. She has a house at least. And he also bought her a car as well. So outside of you being pregnant, why else are you upset? Or do you feel some type of way because you feel like you gave your all to this man who was actually lying to you? And for me, Gary is who he is. He's going to get what's coming to him. But for me, this episode, Dear Karma, it is what it is. You get what you put out there in the atmosphere. And Andi, you put it out there. You did what you did with a married man, and now you have no reason in the world to get upset. You can't get pissed at Gary because the way that you got into this situation with him is a way that it looks like you're also losing him as well. Or did you really lose him? Because it seems as though you never had him. You had him in your bed, but outside of that, there was nothing else to it. He was trying to keep you where he needed you to be so he could see where you were going. He had you in a glass house so he could just see your every move. But at the end of the day, you never had Gary. But he had you. He had you missing out on opportunities with other guys because you thought you were it. But daggone it, Andi, you got with this man when he was with someone else. So I thought that was interesting how the synopsis put that out there. Andi dwells on her past. So I'm assuming we're going to see a lot more of how she's feeling. Maybe she'll spell it out to the girls. Who knows? Will it come out as she's talking to Penelope, trying to convey, what transpired between she and Gary? Who knows? And then this other part, and I guess we'll talk about this a little bit later today, where we're talking about Zac and Fatima and the news that they're finding out about his son. I've already told you guys that I feel that, Heather is going to run. She knows she can't fight in court with everything that's been going down. So her only option could be just to get away from the situation. Forget the money, forget Zac. I'm just going to run because at the end of the day, it looks more favorable to Zac in this situation than it does for her. So I'm gonna leave it on that note, man. Tell me what you guys think, man, and we'll talk about it a little bit later tonight. Also, coming tonight, I got 2 episodes of the Miss Pack show coming on tonight for episodes 1 through 2, I believe, of season 3. We'll talk about that tonight. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.